fully committed like, hey. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, hey. Shoot my shot like, hey. Hit the red dot like, hey. Finger on the like, hey, 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 hey.
Shook my, yeah, I'm finna give y'all another hit.
And I just put my drink down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, as I say, if you drew it up, you couldn't have drawn it a whole lot better. That's exactly how you want to start the game. Excellent momentum off the opening kickoff.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This defense for the Packers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
2nd and 4. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 17-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Lucas Van Ness, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not. Chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll run on first down with Wright. And he's got this down to the 35. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
A give up the middle to Wright. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 39. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
They'll run for it. Here's Wright.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give this to Wright running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been...
Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Packers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
2nd and 3. He finds his man complete. That's Spencer. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open.
Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A quick throw to Odunze on the RPO. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. The Bears at 6-5 now on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. First carry for DeAndre Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, that to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Barrett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Now he's free at the 35. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Rome Odunze, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he stopped immediately there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that trims the lead down to 9. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. A final shot before break. Quick. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 7. Back to throw. Quick. Connects with Kittle underneath. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Quick. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Lucas Van Ness in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll drop to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job 1, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the 1st down before taking the hit.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers get a bit closer. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one's back to an 8-point game.
Makes the score Bears 29, Packers 21.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. You know, it's great to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, all-pro wide receiver. Those guys get all the endorsements. But we've seen a lot of guys carve out a great career as a special teams ace.
And it's one of the most important parts of the game. We can talk offense and defense all we want, but the third phase, special teams, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And how about the big play created here? Big-time effort, and that can help his team.
Second straight week, he's forced to fumble.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. They'll go again here with Wright. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears 16. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They'll try and run for this with Wright. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
And this one is right through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Off the play fake. Quick. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Wright. Fighting through, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Williams, the man in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. On play action, they'll throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And they'll go right back to Wright. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Packers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Luke Musgrave.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this one is right down the middle. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Quick.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Here's 1st down.
And quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again.
That is caught.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Packers, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home. Now
hey, yo, fresh out the... Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black